Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're a Johnny Depp fan, today's story might really surprise you. Because when he was once asked about his favorite on-screen kiss, out of all the incredible actresses he's worked with, his answer wasn't what anyone expected. It wasn't Keira Knightley. It wasn't Angelina Jolie. And it definitely wasn't one of his big romantic movie moments. Instead, his answer left the whole audience stunned. Let's dive into what he said and the story behind it. Now, Johnny Depp has shared the screen with some of the most beautiful and talented women in Hollywood. He's kissed icons like Winona Ryder, Penelope Cruz, Keira Knightley, and Angelina Jolie. So naturally, people were curious, which of these moments stood out the most to him? Which kiss did he remember as his favorite? Well, when Johnny appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show in 2017, Ellen asked him that very question. And without missing a beat, he smiled and said that his favorite on-screen kiss was with Javier Bardem. The audience burst into laughter at first, but then everyone went quiet, realizing he was completely serious. That's right, Johnny's favorite on-screen kiss wasn't with a woman at all. It was with another actor, and not just any actor, but the incredible Javier Bardem. The moment came from their 2000 film Before Night Falls. Let's go back to where that all started. Before Night Falls is based on the autobiography of Reynaldo Arenas, a Cuban poet and novelist who lived through the revolution and faced brutal persecution as a gay man in 1960s Cuba. The film is raw, emotional, and deeply human. Johnny plays not one but two different characters, Lieutenant Victor, a strict Cuban military officer, and Bon Bon, a lively drag performer who becomes a friend to Reynaldo. It's while he's in the role of Bon Bon that he shares a short, meaningful kiss with Javier Bardem. It happens in a prison yard, a quick moment, but full of power. It's not a romantic kiss or something meant to shock the audience. It's simple, human, and full of emotion. That small act becomes a symbol of defiance, a gesture of compassion in a world of fear and repression. For Johnny, that's what made it unforgettable. It wasn't about attraction or chemistry. It was about connection, about two characters showing that even in the darkest places, humanity can still exist. During the interview, Johnny laughed about it, but he explained why that kiss mattered. It wasn't about who he was kissing, it was about the trust between two actors who wanted to make the scene feel honest. Javier Bardem talked about it later too, in an interview with GQ. He said working with Johnny was like a dance, easy, natural, and full of rhythm. He said, that scene took a whole day, and I loved playing with him. He was so easy, so soft, so flexible. It was a dance. I loved working with him. That's the kind of connection actors dream of, the ability to create something that feels real and alive. Johnny has always chased that kind of truth in his performances. He's not afraid of odd, difficult, or unconventional roles. He likes characters that show both sides of human nature, the light and the dark, the funny and the tragic. And this moment with Bardem captures that perfectly. It's interesting, isn't it? Johnny's favorite kiss wasn't one of the glamorous, steamy movie moments people talk about. It was a small scene that said something deeper about freedom, friendship, and art. Now, let's flip to the other side of the story, the complete opposite kind of experience. His most awkward on-screen kiss. And for that, we go straight to Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Remember the scene where Elizabeth Swann kisses Captain Jack Sparrow on the deck of the Black Pearl? The stormy sky, the tension, the spark, it looks intense and tick on screen. Fans went wild for it. But according to Johnny, it was far from romantic in real life. In an interview with The Standard in 2012, he admitted that the scene was actually one of the most awkward moments of his career. Why? Because of the age gap. Keira Knightley was only 20 years old at the time, while Johnny was more than 20 years older. He said, kissing someone you're not romantically involved with is always awkward, but the fact that Keira is 20-something years younger than me made it infinitely more awkward. Still, she was a good sport about it and we did what we had to do. You can almost picture it, Johnny trying to stay professional while the whole crew watches, trying to get that one perfect take. It's funny, but also pretty human. Even Hollywood stars have moments that make them uncomfortable. And it's not just about the kiss itself, it's about how they approached it differently. Johnny saw it as a professional moment he had to handle carefully, making sure Keira felt comfortable and respected. But for Keira, it was more like a dream come true. When TMZ asked her about it back in 2006, she couldn't stop smiling. She said, "I couldn't ask for a better kissing scene with Johnny Depp. Actually, I think my 14-year-old self was yelping with pleasure. It was fantastic. What more can a girl ask for? I've got Johnny Depp and Orlando Bloom and I get to kiss both of them. It's wonderful." That's such a sweet and honest answer. She was young, excited, and just enjoying the ride. For her, it was fun and surreal. For Johnny, it was a reminder of the weird line actors walk, between performance and reality. And that's what makes this contrast so fascinating. On one hand, his favorite kiss, with Javier Bardem, was about truth, emotion, and artistic honesty. On the other, his kiss with Keira Knightley was about professionalism and making it work for the camera, even if it didn't feel natural. It shows a lot about who Johnny Depp really is as an artist. He doesn't care about what looks hot or what makes headlines. He cares about the feeling behind a moment, whether it's funny, strange, or deeply human. When you think about it, that's exactly why people love his work. Johnny never does things halfway. He doesn't follow Hollywood's rules. He just tries to be honest, even if it means saying something unexpected, like, "My favorite on-screen kiss was with Javier Bardem." It's not about gender or attraction. It's about meaning. About creating something real. About finding beauty in the uncomfortable. If you look at his whole career, that approach runs through everything he's done, from Edward Scissorhands to Pirates of the Caribbean, from Donnie Brasco to Finding Neverland. He always searches for that emotional truth, that human connection that goes beyond the script. And that's what makes this story so much more than a funny celebrity confession. It's actually a window into how Johnny thinks and feels about his craft. When Ellen asked him the question, he could have said any name that would make the tabloids buzz: Keira Knightley, Angelina Jolie, even Penelope Cruz. But he didn't. He chose the moment that meant something to him as an actor, not as a celebrity. It's such a Johnny Depp thing to do, quietly honest, a little bit unpredictable, and totally sincere. And that's what keeps people fascinated by him. He's not trying to be perfect or polished. He's just being himself, someone who finds truth in the strangest, most unexpected places. When you look at both of those moments side by side, the kiss that meant everything and the one that felt awkward, you start to see a pattern. Johnny Depp has always been drawn to authenticity. He likes the messy, emotional, deeply human side of storytelling. It's never about appearances for him. It's about heart. That's why fans keep coming back, even after decades. He makes you believe in his characters because he believes in them himself. And maybe that's the real lesson in this little story. The best moments, the ones that stay with you, aren't always the glamorous ones. Sometimes they're the weird, honest, awkward moments that somehow feel the most real. So next time you watch Before Night Falls and see that quick kiss in the prison yard, you'll know there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. It's not just a scene. It's a moment between two artists who trusted each other completely to tell the truth. And that's Johnny Depp in a nutshell, finding beauty in honesty, art in risk, and meaning in every role he plays. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share it with another Johnny Depp fan. Sometimes, the smallest stories reveal the biggest truths. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.